Hi guys, Margaret Stevens here from margaretstevens.org. For my first episode, I want to talk about something that's pretty important since it is New Year's Eve 2014, and I know that everyone's excited about having their New Year's Eve party tonight and writing down their goals and building vision boards. Something I wanted to bring up is something that is very specific for a lot of the women in my life right now, and it's basically, let's stop dieting. I know in my past, especially from high school and being a cheerleader and wanting to look good, that I put myself through some pretty unhealthy habits and pretty unhealthy diets. I did low carb, I did high carb, I did low calorie, high calorie, and basically everything in between. And I was freaking miserable. But what made me want to do this video and actually share this message with you is that I'm starting to see a lot of posts and comments and tweets about getting on a diet for 2015 and how that's going to fix everything. Well, in the end of the day, it's not going to fix everything. If we go on a diet, let's go on something that's healthier instead. Don't call it a diet. Just say I'm going to tweak my habits. Let's say I want to lose 10 pounds, right? Well, why don't I just focus on incorporating more fruits and vegetables into my day versus saying I have to diet and get rid of everything? Or why don't we focus on let me have a healthy protein shake or healthy smoothie for breakfast versus stopping and Dunkin' Donuts every day, grabbing a coffee and grabbing a croissant, which is really not that healthy for me. Diets don't work. We know that diets don't work. We know that those little calorie counting apps really don't work, because if it did, everyone would sign up for a calorie counting app and magically everyone would lose the weight that they wanted to, and then basically those calorie counting apps would go out of existence because there's no revenue from them. Now, you may be wondering, where does this all tie back into a marriage? Well, think of it from your husband's point of view. He has a beautiful wife that obviously he loves very much, and he married just the way you are. And he's excited to start the new year for you. There's new possibilities in your guys' future. Maybe you're planning on having kids. Maybe you're going to grow a business. Maybe you're going to buy a house. Or maybe you're just going to go on like a really amazing vacation this year. Instead of looking at those things that he gets to share with you, what he's going to hear for the next 30, 60, 90 days is, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or we can't go to our favorite restaurant because those appetizers have too many calories, or I can't eat this, this, and this because it's going to make me gain weight and I want to fit into my skinny jeans. He's hearing a lot of, I can't, I don't wannas. And it's not that he doesn't want you to be healthy, but what he wants you to do is be healthy and be happy. What you're telling him when you go on a diet is, I'm healthy and I'm basically going to be miserable because I'm going to be restricting myself. And by restricting yourself, you're going to eventually be crabby. Every single time that you have to give up something, you're probably going to be crabby because you're probably not going to stick with it. And here's why you're not sticking with it. It's not a long-term goal. If you want to lose weight, if you want to get healthy, if you want to eat more vegetables or fruits or whatever the scenario is, that's fantastic. Here's how your husband can support you so you can have that amazing body that you're wanting and that amazing marriage at the same time. Tell your husband, hey honey, in 2015, you know what? I want to start eating some more fruits and vegetables. I think that I don't eat enough of them, and I think if I'm eating really good food, I'll probably feel a lot better and it'll boost my self-confidence. Can you help me with that? Instead of, hey honey, in 2015, I want to go ahead and go on a diet and only eat X amount of calories a day. Which one do you think he'd rather prefer? Look at it from his point of view. Which one, if you were him, would you rather hear? Diets are like marriages. Short-term solutions that have no planning for the future aren't really going to work. If you try and band-aid something together without looking at the underlying problems, you're going to cause issues, whether it's in your weight or in your marriage. You don't want to be grumpy and hate everything you eat and have to change your lifestyle completely around just because you want to fit into some skinny jeans when your frame isn't built for that. Your husband loves you the way you are. You should love yourself the way you are as well. Now, some positive notes, if you do want to lose some weight, why don't you try and do something like this together? You don't have to necessarily join the gym tomorrow. You don't have to go on a new crazy diet plan tomorrow. What you can do is start with really small steps and build up those habits. So when you're building up those habits, you're making progress, and now it becomes a sustainable part of your life. You can go as far as saying, hey, honey, I would love to build some new amazing habits in 2015. Why don't we go ahead and start having some pretty awesome smoothies for breakfast? I can go ahead and make them the night before, and they'll be sitting in the fridge, so when we get up in the morning and we're going about our day, we can just grab them out of the fridge and go. That way you can start incorporating some healthy fruits, some healthy vegetables, maybe some better quality protein powders, and you're starting to build an amazing habit together. Your husband's probably going to be like, hey, free breakfast that I don't have to make, that my wife is doing for me, and I get to have something that tastes good? Sweet, why not? Or vice versa, if your husband's the one making that for you. But that is sustainable. Eating breakfast and wanting to eat some more fruits and vegetables is sustainable versus let me have a diet and starve till lunch, scarf everything at the office, feel guilty about it while I go on my 15-minute break, and then go home, starve again through dinner, and repeat the cycle all over again, and somewhere in the process, I binge eat. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that you are healthy, that you're happy, that you're doing stuff that makes you healthy and happy in the long term, and that you can make sure that you're seeing this from your spouse's point of view as well. If you want some examples of some smoothies or some breakfast recipes that I have, feel free to contact me at the blog, www.margaretstevens.org, and let me know what you feel about 2015 and diets. What are you going to do? Are you going on a diet for 30 days? Are you trying to make long-term changes in your life? Are you going to be incorporating awesome smoothies into your mornings? If you are, please let me know what recipes you're using. I'm always looking for something different. If you want some of my recommendations, feel free to email me. Ask me what protein powder I use. Ask me where I buy my supplies. I love sharing everything that I have with you guys. Ask me how I'm doing with my marriage and what we do for breakfast. Whatever I can do to help. At the end of the day, you deserve an amazing marriage, and I want to help you get there. Thank you. Have a great one.